Aloha, and welcome to 7-Minute Explainers, your audio guide to everything you need to know about compelling and complex topics. I'm Leslie Turnbull, and today I'd like to tell you how to avoid being eaten by a shark.
Let us all say the pledge. I am a shark, not a mindless eating machine. If I am to change this image, I must first change myself. Fish are friends, not food.
That's the mantra recited by a handful of sharks in the kids' movie Finding Nemo. Wanting to swear off fish forever, the sharks make a 12-step-like attempt to overcome their natural impulse to predation. My daughter found this scene hilarious. She was raised as a surfer here in Hawaii where we live. She loves sharks. She and I plunge into the water as often as we can. Sometimes we see sharks, sometimes we don't. But we're never really afraid, and you shouldn't be either. So, for those of you who fear the ocean because of a culturally incited fear of shark attacks, here are a few lessons for overcoming that fear and getting yourself back in the water.
This shark, swallow you whole.
Lesson number 1. Sharks really don't want to eat you. Humans are not a natural food source for sharks. Depending on the subtype, sharks prefer seals, fish, squid, and even plankton. Of course, shark attacks upon humans do happen, but that's mainly because an increasing number of humans enter the sea every year. And here's the thing, you're more likely to be killed by a falling coconut than by a shark. So just chill out, okay?
Tell them about the swimmers.
A shark is attracted to the exact kind of splashing and activity that occurs whenever human beings go in swimming. You cannot avoid it.
Lesson number 2. Just be smart. Humans and sharks do sometimes end up in each other's space. And on very rare occasions, sharks will mistake humans for prey and will attempt to take a bite. But you can avoid this too. Let me run down the basic do's and don'ts. Don't swim or surf at dusk or dawn when fish feed, because predators who prey upon them are sure to be lurking around looking for a meal. Don't swim or surf in areas where seals and other natural shark prey congregate. Do stay with other people. Sharks, which are naturally shy, are more likely to attack lone individuals. Don't wear shiny jewelry or bright swimsuits that might appear to be fish scales. Don't imitate animals in distress. This includes things like splashing, slapping the water, and screaming. This also includes swimming with your dog. The erratic swimming motions of canines in the ocean mimic those of wounded marine animals, and that's a natural attraction for sharks. Don't go diving into murky water. Clouded water due to rain or tides are often rich in food sources, which sharks love. Stick to nice, clear waters. But what should you do if you see a shark lurking around?
You're gonna need a bigger boat.
Lesson number 3. Don't freak out. During my 40-odd years in the water, I've seen a few sharks around. There's nothing quite like looking down and seeing that familiar bullet-shaped body cruising beneath your board or body. It's tempting to start screaming, splashing, and otherwise creating a commotion. But I'm telling you, don't. The older Hawaiians I surf with claim that sharks can sense fear in the water. There's no research that I know of that supports this fact, but as a dog enthusiast, I do know that canines can actually smell the fear hormones excreted by humans. It makes sense that sharks, with an equal or superior olfactory sense, could do the same. So, instead of panicking and revealing your fear in full throttle, consider the final lesson.
What we are dealing with here is a perfect engine, an eating machine.
Lesson number 4. Be the boss. Get out of the water if you can. The ocean is, after all, a shark's home. And if sharks come sniffing around, it's only polite to leave. However, if you feel a shark approaching with aggressive intent, hold your ground. Face the animal. Sharks are used to feeding on prey that does not fight back. If possible, Find a reef wall or vessel or anything else that might help guard your back. Look around you and consider what you might use as a weapon. Your surfboard or a boogie board, a rock, even your own fists. Yeah, it's hard to think about fighting off a creature with such a fearsome reputation, but there are many accounts of humans surviving under such circumstances. In Hawaiian history, people often have or are given an aumakua, a personal god or guardian. Mine happens to be the shark, which is why I cannot ask strongly enough that we humans revere and respect and cease to fear these magnificent animals. Sharks, as master predators, reflect the overall health of our world's oceans, which account for a significant portion of the Earth's environment, and their numbers are in rapid decline. Many sharks are being fished to extinction simply because parts of their bodies are considered desirable in some international cuisines. Sharks are friends, not food, and they should certainly not be feared. And that does it for this episode of 7-Minute Explainers. Look out for new episodes every Thursday on iTunes or wherever you get your podcasts. And as a thank you for listening to this episode, we'd like to offer you 4 risk-free issues of The Week magazine. To get those, visit theweek.com/for-free. I'm Leslie Turnbull, and thanks so much for listening.